something that I've learned in the last few weeks listening to an audiobook about classics in philosophy. So many philosophers have come to the same conclusion that what makes humans unique and what the meaning and purpose of our life is to connect with people, to be social beings, and to learn from each other. One thing I know I need to learn to do more is to ask for help. And so I'm here telling you that I need help with that. And if you need help with that too, hooray, we're together in that. So you need to learn to ask for help, totally. It's one of the best ways to connect is to ask for help, to be vulnerable just a little bit and open yourself up to that. Now, I'm going to try and shy away from using the word networking here because networking has kind of developed this very like corporate sort of stigma to it, and it can feel very businessy and transactional. So instead, when I say connecting, you could think of that as networking, but it's more in a broad, deeper sense. Okay, when it comes to connecting, there are a few things I want you to think about. Number one, don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, so when you're connecting with people, very often is to learn about what they've done. And that's a beautiful thing because you do not need to do something new for the first time. When I started my podcast, I reached out to a friend of mine who had actually inspired me to start the podcast, and he helped me figure out how to get things streaming and how to connect with people and all of the fundamentals of starting. There's no purpose behind, or there's no reason for me to go about that alone. I knew somebody who had a skill, I connected with them, and I reaped the benefits of admitting that I didn't know something. So figure out who else has achieved what you want to achieve in life. Find them, study them, crowdsource knowledge through books and through talking to people so that you can figure out how to better manage your stress. How do other people manage their stress? It might not work for you, but at least it gives you ideas, and then you get to think about that as you go. There are likely in this world so many people, millions of people maybe, who've experienced something similar, if not identical, to your current conundrum. So you got to tap into that global knowledge and lived experience and just don't reinvent the wheel. We spoke about energy, right? If we want to invest our energy wisely, then we don't want to do things that have already been done that we could tap into. So connecting with people is a great way to tap into that pre-existing knowledge. Number two, keep it organic. When you connect with somebody, if you show genuine interest in others, they will show interest in you. Whenever you connect with somebody new, be authentically you. Wow, that rhymed a lot. Keep it organic. I don't want to say be yourself, but that's really what I've been saying in a roundabout way. Whoever yourself is, if you're being true to you, be authentic, be genuine, and your connections will most likely, almost always be positive. Number three, embrace rejection. And this brings us back to expectations. So this is probably one of the hardest parts of life, is getting rejected. Kind of feels like a form of failure in a sense. And you can think of it that way. I like to think of it not as a failure, but as feedback. When you reframe rejection as feedback, it becomes refreshing. Not rejection, but refreshing. You begin to seek it out, actually. In the last few months, I've done some cold calling to a bunch of event planners to offer a particular service. I have a small business called Gift Wrap, where I write and record personalized rap songs for special people on special occasions. And there are so many of these calls that I've made that people either never pick up, or they don't return my call, or they tell me they're not interested, or they tell me they are interested, and then they ignore my emails. I'm clearly not their priority. And why should I be? I mean, rejection is a great opportunity to find balance and to develop mindful practices. I'm not the center of anybody's universe. I'm the center of my universe. And so if somebody rejects me, fine, who am I? I'm just a random guy. And if you forget about me in the next 12 months, beautiful. Forget me, remember the things that I said. So we want to find balance. When we experience failure, we feel fatigued, we feel dejected. So we can find balance by tapping into our mindfulness. Bring it back. This is a talk brought to you by the CCA. So let's talk about mindfulness a little bit.